So, hi from Zen Rocks, and my friend Helge and I here. We just finished sitting a 3-day practice period, Zen Shoshin, and we're just here to talk about it because Helge, you're coming from Norway. You came to Greece the first time in the summer to do free diving. Helge is a champion free diver in his country, and so you came to Kalamata to dive, and you came again to dive, and you also like Zen practice. And so when we sat together this past few days, I realized you were the quietest practitioner who, you didn't have a lot of experience in sitting long periods of zazen before, right?
No, I really didn't. It might look quiet on the outside, but inside there is still a lot of things going on. But yes, thanks.
But I guess, that's always the case. You know, the human mind just keeps on going, and there's a lot of activity. But with the Zen, we just try to keep at least a certain stillness in the body, so we can see what's happening with the mind and then the emotions. But I say that you're the quietest because, I guess you learned from diving how to discipline your body, how to stay calm. What do you think?
I think you're right. I wasn't aware actually until about half an hour ago when we talked a little bit about this. And free diving is quite similar. For those who doesn't know, free diving it's a way of diving where you go down and just hold your breath, and the point is to conserve your energy, to conserve your oxygen when you're going down there.
You're going down to the sea?
Yes.
Without any scuba diving gear?
Nothing.
Do you have fins?
Yes, so it depends. I have 2 fins or 1 large fin. Today was with a large fin, and the purpose is just to be as relaxed as possible.
Excuse me, how do you wear with 2 feet? How do you wear 1 large fin?
You get picture 1 large fin, and you place both your feet on that fin, just like Ariel the mermaid.
Wow! So like a merman.
Yes, I don't like that term.
Like a merman from Norway comes to Greece.
Yes, it's very efficient with the one fin.
Okay,
Yes.
So somehow the feet, they can both slip into the fin.
Exactly, yes.
And then you go down. And there you don't have oxygen. And you said you're not even wearing a mask or goggles.
No.
Because you like just whatever is happening, right? And so you go down. How far down?
Depends. Today was 55 meters. So it starts at the surface. Here in Kalamata is perfect for freediving because it's so calm. Normally, now we had a couple of days with storm and thunder, but normally it's very, very quiet, right? So what I like to do, and what most freedivers do, is that they lay on their back like this and just close their eyes. And it's very similar to what we do here in the Zendo, watching the wall. I close my eyes and I just try to observe the thoughts and observe the mind, because I know that during the dive it is very important to reserve the oxygen, because every thought, even a small thought can cause the body to use up a lot of oxygen. So if I think about my girlfriend, there is something I need to fix there. I think about my work, I tense up a little bit. And all those muscles that are tensing up, they consume oxygen. And so I need that oxygen to be able to go down deep. And that starts in the surface.
And you said that because you kind of are training your mind all these years to watch your thoughts, and you start watching there's a thought about work, then you said you kind of stop it or let go so you can relax, right?
Yes, although I didn't think about it that way, but It's it has been more a matter of surviving down there, because if you tense up intensely down there, you might not be able to make it back up. So it's a continuous, I wouldn't call it a competition, but I have to be very careful with the mind, and I need to observe what is happening so I can turn at the right time. And sometimes I have to turn and come to the surface because my mind wanted to go in one direction, like you call it a monkey, a crazy
monkey mind.
Yeah. So if the crazy monkey mind starts to go down a path, and it can be anything, it can be chasing, oh, maybe there is something scary here in Kalamata, maybe there is a large shark. That can cause the body to tense up, and I will have to turn and swim to the surface. It's not dangerous, but if I continue and if I don't observe the mind, it could be dangerous. So it hasn't been a way of practicing Zen in the water. It has more been a way of being able to enjoy and to do the freediving.
Being able to watch the mind, sense the body, relax, enjoy, and at the same time find like the best way to be, that relaxed, hopefully joyous way to be, and to be attentive. So when it's time, you're sensing your body in this continuum, and when it's time, you just like in a relaxed way, you find your way back up, right?
Yes.
But this is Zen.
Yes, is it? How?
Well, that's what happens in Zen, like what happened this week in Zen. We watch our thoughts, and you watch like when there is like an unpleasant thought, then your heartbeat goes up, your stomach gets tight, you start like not having a good time. And Reb, we listened to my teacher yesterday, he says, go for it, like 100%. Like, I'm having a thought that, my neighbor is a very talkative woman. And so when I think, very talkative woman, it just makes me upset. Reb says, go into it, be completely upset, like be like completely into it and like really feel it and then see what happens, because when you really feel it, then you watch what happens, and in watching it, something changes. Something turns.
Yes. I haven't been able to get that experience in the Zendo, maybe yet, but
it's the first time you sat the Shishin, you've been sitting like for 1 hour max, right?
Yes.
And in this environment, we sat from 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. with breaks in between, but pretty much like just sitting in silence. And that's what I'm saying. It's amazing, like freestyle divers, they make like the best sitters. Just like I didn't, like sometimes I wondered if you're still in the room.
Strange. But I hope someday I can experience the same in the Zendo that I can in the water. Because at some point, and that's maybe below 35 to 40 meters, some dives, and it's kind of rare, but some dives I'm able to let go of everything, and it stops, I think, for a couple of moments, and everything just disappears, and I forget that this is the concept of Helge. I forget that I'm free diving, for that matter, and it's just for a moment, it's just water. And you can see it when they have film teams filming the dives for competitions. You see some of the divers, I think this is quite common in freedivers, you can see their eyes when they come to the surface. They look very peaceful and very relaxed, similar to you and Reb when you come out of Zelsen. Very peaceful, and their eyes are still not completely back in their track, if that makes sense. So I hope really one day I can experience the same on land here in the Zendo.
I think there must be some truth to what you said, because did you hear the owl like the owls, they come and they say their piece when there's when there's truth speaking through the heart, I feel.
Yeah, what are they saying? They agree?
What's the sea saying when you're in like 64 meters deep or 55 meters deep? That was it still is quite the dance, quite the opera, quite the song.
That's a nice thing about Zen Rocks is it's very quiet and authentic and sort of different from other places I've visited. It's the people here and the dogs and cats, and they're all friendly in some way, deeply friendly.
You found us in a good moment. You found us in a moment sitting deeply in meditation. There's some frantic moments around here, especially when there's like construction or there's a lot of people going on. So, like the sea, people around here and animals around here and around everywhere. Sometimes you get the storm and the waves and the big energy. And sometimes you get the blue deep sea.
But you need some waves, don't you?
Yeah, it's part of life. So what are you going to remember from this time sitting quietly in Shoshin at Zen Rocks? What is like one or two things that you remember?
I will definitely remember some of the pain in a good way.
The body pain?
Body pain.
Or heart pain or mind pain?
Both, actually.
Everything?
All of the three. There are moments when the pain is still there, the pain doesn't go away, but you're able to be with it. And that's a very interesting thing. And I can't make that happen every time, but when that happens, it feels like I'm doing something right. I hope I'm right. When we do the session here, we didn't talk with other people. I didn't watch movies or drove around the city and did things I normally would have done. So you're sort of isolated, at least in my mind. I was sort of isolated for a period. Maybe that comes with practice. You become more of a group, right?
When you are with other people in silence, there's actually an amazing intimacy that comes through, which is, I feel closer to other people, the group, when we're sitting together. I feel closer to them than I feel when I'm talking to people, because like so many times you talk with people and like we're not really mindful. It doesn't come from the heart. We don't listen or don't observe. And here, like everything slows down, and I think what happens is you get people's essence. Like it's almost like the essence that's talking. And then the silent meals, where we sat down and we had the oryoki meals. Wasn't that amazing?
Yes, it is. It's a completely different way of eating food. It is. It really is.
And it's like there, you watch yourself when you're not mindful. When like somebody's pouring food in your bowl and you're thinking of something else, all of a sudden you have like too much food or whatever, and you just catch yourself how we're not mindful when we're eating. So it's like this way of eating together in mindfulness, all of us eating together or serving the food or cleaning or just going through the actions that we go through, but with silence and in the sense of intimacy, or like close, and then we're aware of what's happening more. We slow down.
It's really been an amazing experience. Just sitting like this is completely new to me. Just to experience what happens, this is something I will keep doing, I think. I can't do it every day, but definitely every now and then. So thank you very much for having me in this experience and for being a part of it. And I really think you've changed my life in some way. We'll see, but I do truly think so. Thank you.
So Helge, you said that your life changed, and also the life of Zen Rocks changed, because it was like the first session that you did at Zen Rocks, and my life changed because it's the thing that I love to do, to sit in meditation and like the whole practice of Zen, and I've been waiting like Godot. Waiting for teachers to come and lead a sesshin, waiting to be able to go to California, to San Francisco, and study, practice with my teacher, Reb Anderson, just waiting. And then when you came here and it was stormy and you said, let's sit quietly for 3 days, then it just happened. And so I realized that we don't have to wait anymore, and we create the limits in our life, and like we can just go for what we really want, for the practice, the life that is most important for us. Maybe we can just do it. Maybe we can just do it. So doing it gave me great joy, great happiness. It helped me, with my health and health issues. And what can I say? Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep practicing and keep diving.
I will.